You don't need another easy game. You need something that breaks you a little and then dares you to come back. Because over the next 2 years, a new wave of Souls-like games is coming. And they're not just copying the formula, they're evolving it. Faster combat, darker worlds, smarter enemies, and some ideas that might completely change how these games feel. In this video, I'm counting down the 10 most promising upcoming Souls-like titles dropping in 2026 and 2027. The ones that could steal your time, your sanity, and maybe even your top spot from the classics. Let's get into it. Anhedonia, Sanctuary of Ash throws you in as a fallen priest, wandering through a medieval world buried in ash, hunting demons and trying to earn some kind of redemption. But it's not just about fighting. You're exorcising corrupted souls, rescuing survivors, and slowly rebuilding this broken sanctuary that becomes your only safe place. And every run out there? High risk. If you don't make it back, you lose everything. This one feels less like a power fantasy and more like a slow, heavy climb out of hell.
The dead don't stay quiet when they're not at rest. If prayers stopped working, there was only one place left to look.
Picture a version of London where the streets aren't just empty, they're rotting. Creatures everywhere, experiments gone wrong, and you're not the hero, you're the one sent to clean up the nightmare. That's Nightmare of Nady, a dark, old-school survival horror with a Souls-like edge, where combat isn't flashy, it's brutal, weighty, and unforgiving. You're hunting down a twisted family of scientists who basically turned the city into a breeding ground for monsters. What makes it interesting, though, is that mix. You've got inventory management, puzzles, multiple weapons, but also enemy AI that can dodge, block, and actually fight back instead of just standing there. If it lands right, this could feel like a lost 90s horror game, rebuilt with modern combat and way less mercy. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Waking up on a dead island with no memory, and realizing the only way forward is straight through everything trying to kill you. That's Island of Ash. It looks calm at first, beaches, ruins, open landscapes, but the deeper you go, the more it turns into a full-on survival test with brutal, reactive combat and enemies that actually force you to adapt. What's interesting here is the pace. No stamina bar holding you back, just your skill, your timing, and how well you can handle the chaos. Mix in magic, alchemy, and multiple endings tied to your choices, and this might be one of those sleeper Souls-likes that surprises everyone.
Gods, you tore reality itself apart, using my soul in the hope of gaining great power. Life came to a standstill, and civilization choked on its own blood. 5 centuries later, I rose from the dust of your dead temples. I do not remember your faces, but I walk in pursuit of my shattered soul. Are you afraid of who I am? In vain. Fear who I will become when I gather myself into one whole. Now this is your personal Island of Ash.
This one? Yeah, it looks like a Souls-like, but it really isn't. Phantom Blade Zero is way faster, way more aggressive. You're basically playing as an assassin in this dark wuxia world, chaining insane combos, dodging at high speed. It feels closer to a martial arts movie than a slow, methodical grind. And that's the twist. The devs straight up said they're not trying to copy the Souls formula. They're building something new, with fluid, combo-driven combat and multiple difficulty options instead of just punishing everyone equally. If it delivers, this might be the game that pulls Souls fans into something completely different.
No one goes near that place, at least not anymore, but you. If my darkness
I knew it. You'd never break so easily. But why did you come back?
The Order's blades are coming. They failed once, but they won't fail again.
Please, take it. Save our people. The girl's nothing but a shell now. She'll never be the same.
You broke my blade.
But we broke your spirit!
Phantom is movement, striking from where none expect. Blade is breath. We channel it into steel, turning any blade into a divine weapon. When Phantom and Blade unite, no enemy stands.
Who are you? A samurai, a cursed gauntlet, and a version of Japan that's completely gone to hell. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, isn't trying to be a Soulslike, it's doing its own thing. Fast, precise sword fights, parries, instant kills. It's all about that perfect clash of blades instead of just surviving hits. You're fighting through a dark fantasy Kyoto, cutting down demons called Genma, while this supernatural power literally feeds off their souls. And the wild part? This is the first new Onimusha in over 20 years, so yeah, expectations are high. If they get the combat right, this could be a serious comeback.
But the Genma had other plans. Musashi is struck down, but finds himself revived with an Oni gauntlet on his arm. Now, Musashi has a new goal. Rise up against the monstrous Genma ravaging the land, and carve himself a new fate. But his path is not a lonesome one. A vibrant cast of allies awaits.
Musashi!
And his old rival, Sasaki Ganryu, stands firmly in his way. With blade in hand and fate in the balance, will Musashi's bloody battles against formidable foes deliver him hope or despair? Kyoto's history is abound with many strange tales and unsettling mysteries. And you can experience strands of these hidden legends woven throughout the story. Feel the ring of steel on steel, intense duels. Reduce enemies to pieces with a devastating issei. Parry and deflect attacks with well-timed blocks to turn the tide of battle in your favor. And, of course, absorb souls with the Oni Gauntlet to recover health or ready powerful abilities. Moving from one bloody and desperate battle to the next, Musashi searches for his reason to fight. What answers will he find at the end of his blade? Miyamoto Musashi walks the perilous path of the Onimusha. And on it, a new legend will be forged.
Imagine a Soulslike where the real enemy isn't just the monsters, it's other players hunting you at the same time. That's Mistfall Hunter. A dark fantasy world where the gods are dead, the land is corrupted, and every run is basically a gamble. You go in, fight through monsters, grab loot, and then pray you actually make it out alive. Combat looks fast and skill-based too, mixing magic and melee, switching weapons mid-fight, hitting weak points. But the twist is that PvP element always lurking. Die out there, you lose everything. So yeah, this isn't just about surviving the world, it's about surviving everyone else in it.
In spite of the horrors of the mist, do you dare hope? Then let the hunt begin.
The Age of Bhaarat is an upcoming dark fantasy action RPG inspired by ancient Indian mythology. You play as a forest warden protecting your homeland from an invasion of Rakshasa demons, using mystical weapons, ancient artifacts, and supernatural powers drawn from the forest itself. The game is being developed by Tara Gaming and features storytelling from best-selling author Amish Tripathi, blending epic mythological themes with modern action RPG combat. But what makes it especially interesting is its ambition. It's being positioned as one of the first big AAA-scale games built around Indian legends and folklore, turning centuries-old myths into a massive playable world.
These monsters! The time has come to fight the demons. The time has come to fight those who oppress the forest tribes. The time has come to declare war. It's time for you to join the army of heroes. Fight the monsters! Stand with with your people. Play the Age of Bhaarat. Protect the weak. Punish the wicked. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Loulan the Cursed Sand is a dark action RPG set along the ancient Silk Road, where myth and history collide in a lost desert kingdom. You play as the Cursed Sand, an undead royal guard searching the ruined city of Loulan for his missing princess, while battling powerful enemies across deserts, ruins, and forgotten temples. One of the game's most unique mechanics is its dual-form combat system. You can shift between a skeletal warrior built for brutal melee fights and a sand-powered form that unleashes magical abilities and mobility. And in a world where even the desert itself feels alive, every step through the sand might hide your next enemy. Valor Mortis is a first-person Soulslike from the creators of Ghost Runner, and it takes the genre somewhere you almost never see: the Napoleonic Wars. You play as William, a resurrected soldier in Napoleon's army, fighting through a plague-ridden version of 19th century Europe, where former soldiers have become horrifying monsters. Combat mixes brutal melee with a cutlass, a flintlock pistol for precise shots, and supernatural abilities called transmutations that let you unleash devastating powers. And because the game is played entirely in first person, every parry, every pistol shot, and every close-range duel feels uncomfortably personal. Lords of the Fallen 2 is bringing the dark fantasy nightmare back in 2026. And this time, it's bigger, bloodier, and far more brutal. Developed by Hexworks and published by CI Games, the sequel builds on the 2023 reboot with evolved combat, more aggressive enemy design, and a heavier focus on visceral mechanics like limb dismemberment during battle. The game dives deeper into the cursed world of Axiom, introducing new powers tied to the mysterious Umbral realm, while pushing boss fight and weapon combat to a much higher intensity. With upgraded visuals, new combat archetypes, and a world completely swallowed by ruin, Lords of the Fallen 2 is aiming to become one of the most ambitious Souls-likes of 2026.
Father, forgive me.
So yeah, the next couple of years aren't looking friendly. If even a few of these actually deliver, we're about to lose a lot of time and a lot of sanity. Pick your favorite. You're gonna suffer either way. Subscribe to my channel Midgardium and get ready for what's coming next.